All right. Shalom. First and foremost, Salaki.
Hey, y'all go on if you're gonna make noise.
Salakia. All right, first and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, bahasaham, Yahweh Shai, bahasaham Kwakadash, and double honor to the elder apostles and the elders of GMS, and peace, salutations, blessings to the Akim, laboring is true, and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, it's a little quick lesson. You know, a little will be edifying. All right, through the spirit. All right. And I titled this lesson, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. All right. Referring to, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. That's where I'm gonna start. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. And how has the darkness covered the earth? Well, all right. Shut the door. Go on, man. All right. Darkness has covered the earth because the wicked are in rule. All right. Therefore, everything that the wicked push is contrary to the Heavenly Father. Not only that, there was a point in time where, Yahweh turned his face away from the children of Israel. All right. But we understand, that time has passed. And, starting since back in the, around the late 60s, all right, start of the spiritual awakening happening in Israel, all the way up until, till the present time, all right, and it's, Lord willing, we are that hopeful elect, but, the prophecy, the scriptures say, the elect is going to be able to receive this light. They will not no more be in the darkness. All right. So let me continue on. It says Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. All right. And you look around you. It's somebody who ain't in the truth, who ain't, just off in the world. They're in complete and utter darkness of the times we're in. We know that hey, the end, as I say, was Ezekiel Ezekiel chapter 7. Let me see real quick. I'll come right back here. Ezekiel chapter 7. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 7. I'll start verse 2. Also, thou son of man, thus saith Yahweh power unto the land of Israel. All right, we know Israel being people before it is a place. All right, so this is talking to the Israelites. Said, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, bahasaham Yahshua. I said, thus said the Lord, Yahweh, power, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come, and watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. All right, so the prophets of old, Ezekiel, Isaiah, all the prophets. All right, I prophesy about the times we're in now, the end time, and it's not the end, the end of the earth, but it's the end of the rulership that is on the earth. All right, and we know who is in power, who rules the earth. All right. Esau, the so-called white man. All right. Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of wicked. All right. And you look at the characteristics of those whom are in power, and you cannot say that they are not the wicked. All right. Look at the track record, the history of these devils that rule this earth. All right. Ill-gotten gains, thievery, robbery, killings, all right, rape, rob, murder. Hey, and these devils, hey, continue on. Though they have a secret, they have secret counsel, and everything's done, in secrecy. Hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh from your side, this word, something, with the words consuming these devils, and also, like Revelation, to reveal, it is being revealed, it's being made known, who the wicked are, all right, and what is the judgment to come, all right. So back to Isaiah 60 verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord Yahweh shall arise upon thee. All right, starting with the elect of Israel. Like I say, Lord, when we're the hopeful elect, but the Lord has shown mercy by arising upon us, all right, and giving us this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, this light, while rest of the masses of the earth, the 2/3, that they in gross darkness, they falling after the ways of the heathen, falling after the ways of Esau. All right. But it said, but the Lord Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be upon thee. All right. Verse 3, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light. All right. And this is going to the Israelite Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, Israelites that are that didn't know they're Israelites. All right. Which, we all, before we come to this truth, we all was in that Gentile state of mind, not knowing, not having the understanding of the truth. All right. Going about our life, in a worldly manner. All right. Not really, living the way you're supposed to, rehearsing the righteous acts, and we all avoided that light. We're all maybe we had a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So therefore, we were in the darkness. All right. So Proverbs chapter 21 verse 16: the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. And again, before we come to this truth, before the Lord Yahweh call us into this truth, we were in the congregation of the dead, no matter what. Maybe you were, a church goer, or maybe you were an atheist. Right? At the end of the day, you was in the congregation of the dead, because the truth, just because you get a little pieces here and there, the truth, that's not the truth. All right, the truth is going to be 100%. All right, and that's what it is. All right, and the water Yahweh that he has given us, like say Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15, giving us pastures according to his heart, his mind, to feed us with this knowledge. Roughly paraphrasing. So the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right, so once you come into this thing, once you come into the light, all right, Lord Yahweh shall call you into the light, the truth, then hey, you are not to wander out. You wander out of the way of understanding. Hey, you're gonna be back in the world. And just like say First John chapter 2, around the 15, 16 verse. All right, and you in the congregation of the dead, you basically, in the world. I'll start here at verse 15, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither things that are in the world. All right. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. All right. Even these let's just say plantation Christianity. That's a worldly doctrine. All right. That is a congregation of the dead doctrine. All right. They can't. You can't make Christianity make sense. All right, even before you come to before you come to truth, you know, you, you couldn't make it make sense. And now after Yahweh Shah has opened our eyes and ears and giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Hey, hey, and that's the thing. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31 is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. All right, because just like you see on here a while back, a brother did a video, had vocab and some other dudes on there, and you had a dude that I guess fell out. It was back in the Christian doctrine, and man. But I just show you, the Lord could open your eyes, and then and then pull that spirit off you, and you just go back. As I said, dog returneth into his vomit. You go back into the ways of the world. Verse 17 it said, and the world passeth away again. All right, this world is going into this age, this eon. All right, so it's saying cosmos here, but I'm pretty sure it's talking about the rulership of Esau. All right, this world gonna pass away. All right, the ways of the world gonna pass away. It said, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abide forever. So, if we be a part of that elect, all right, then Yahweh Shai, hey, we gonna get that salvation. All right, and rest of Israel, the 2/3, they didn't come back through. As I say, Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17, is it? Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh Shai with an everlasting salvation. So ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. All right, and again, this is going into Israel. Just like say John chapter 3, verse 16. That the same word world, all right, which is cosmos, is going into talking about Israel. It's like how Shai say, I pray not for the world. If the Lord is gonna save the whole world, then why would he say, I pray not for the world? All right, let me see if I can find that precept real quick. Yeah, John chapter 17. John chapter 17. And I guess I'll just start at I'll start verse 6. All right, in the words of Yahshua said, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. Verse 9, so I pray for them. All right. Again, All right, it's a separation. All right, I pray for them. So I pray not for the world. And there's even a separation, amongst Israel. All right, we understand that, there's a wicked amongst Israel. That's why that 2/3 is going to be cut off and die. All right. So I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. See, breakdown says, I pray not for the world. World here is saying it's cosmos, which is referring to Israel. Yahweh Shai is only praying for the elect of Israel. All right. Let's see. All right, this is John chapter 10. John chapter 10. I'll start verse I'll start verse 24. All right, John chapter 10, verse 24. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, all right, so it's some Israelites, some Jews round about him and said unto him, how long doest thou make us to doubt? If thou be the anointed, the Messiah, tell us plainly. All right, and Yahushua, hey, this is what Yahushua said. Yahushua answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. Hey, Lord Yahushua was on the scene, and he told them, and they believe not. And it says, the works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. So not only Yahushua tell him, hey, this is me. I'm him. I'm Yahushua. I'm the Messiah. Said the works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. All right. And that's, man, that just goes to show you right there, It's like the scriptures say, was it Romans chapter 11, verse 7, the election have attained it, the rest, were blinded. All right. Not all Israel is not all Israel is Israel, there's elect. All right. And in order to be in that, hopeful elect category, you have to receive this message. All right. All right. And have to have faith and believe it. And faith is a gift from Yahweh Shai. All right. So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will give you the faith to be able to receive this report. All right. Give you the vision to be able to see it, perceive it, that's the warrior Yahweh Shai. All right. Verse 26, it said, but ye believe not, because ye are not my sheep, as I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. All right. This is John chapter 6. I'm gonna start at I'll start verse 61. All right, when Yahushua knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, doeth this offend you? All right, they're talking about the man, he's talking about, eating my flesh, the bread, the Father, talking about himself, all right, receiving him, I'm just gonna start up, Salak. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. John chapter 6, verse 53. Then Yahushua said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you. All right, so that's what they were offended about. All right, Yahushua, they didn't understand, what he was trying to tell them. All right, receiving, eating this roll, this gospel. All right, being able to receive it. All right, back to 61. So when Yahushua knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, "Doeth this offend you?" And that's the thing, Yahushua, it's like brothers always going to, Yahushua, a lot of offenses, a lot of people are offended, and a lot of division. All right. Even now, throughout throughout the other camps, the other Israelite groups, you got people who, only want to reverence, the Father, and they don't want to give due reverence to, Yahushua. All right, which, brothers, GMS and like-minded brothers, hey, we reverence the Heavenly Father in the name of Yahushua. All right. And that's what it is, Yahweh number one, Yahushua number two. All right. But one ain't without the other. All right. That's how it's set up. Yahushua mediator. All right. If it weren't for Yahushua, then we all be put to death. All right. Verse 62, it said, What and if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before? All right. Again, how Shai going about, how you talking about, how you going to be, how you going to leave, by the way of the chariot. All right. But this is the point I was wanting to get to. Verse 63 is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profit nothing. The words I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are alive. All right. The words of the gospel, the words of Habashim Shai, the prophecies, the whole book, the whole roll. All right. This is the bread of life. All right. I'll continue on. Verse 64. But there are some of you that believe not, for Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believe not and who should betray him. All right. And he said, Therefore said I unto you that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. All right. And this is John chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua said on, let's see, I'll go ahead and get verse 6. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. You see how that go hand in hand? I always say, and no man, John 6:65. And Yahushua said, Therefore said I unto you that no man come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. In John chapter 14, verse 6, Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. All right, so again, that, hey, that's the order, Let me get this, I'll get the next precept. If ye had known me, you should have known my Father also, and from henceforth ye know him and have seen him. All right, because Yahushua, hey, on one accord. All right, Let me see. Let me get this precept real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. I'll start verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua. All right, the head of the woman is man, and the head of Yahushua is Yahweh. All right, so there's a order. All right, an order to this thing. All right, so get back. Get this right here. Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right, and again, look. The characteristics of the wicked, all right, the history of the wicked, those whom are in rulership. All right, look what's going on in the earth today. All these wicked abominations that are evil, and they're trying to say, "Oh, this is good." And if you have a problem with it, then you're evil. All right, so that's them saying evil. They're calling evil good and good evil. Like, for instance, some of the elder apostles on down, like my brothers, prophesying the word on the highways and byways, bringing out the truth of the Bible. They look at that as a problem, you know. All right, you know, calling us whatever, racist, this and that, you know. Hey man, we just sticking to the script, you know. Whatever the Lord Yahweh has provided for us to, have understanding on, and we're feeding the sheep, warning the sheep, all right, because the words Yahweh said, the words of these scriptures is what feeding the sheep, okay, and we are warning the sheep, all right. So I say, Isaiah. No, it's Ezekiel chapter. I can't think where it's at. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 33. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 3. All right. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. So we're seeing, we gain, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, through the spirit of power, leading us into this truth, giving us, the eyes and ears to be able to receive it. All right. And we enter into other men's labors. That's how we all got here. I started with the elder apostles on down like-minded brothers. All right. But it's all through the spirit because the Lord led us. All right. We are at the will of Yahweh just like everything else. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 3. If when he seeth the sword coming upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. All right. So, the Lord has given us understanding that, hey, we are in the end times. Therefore, we're seeing the sword come. We're seeing death and destruction. All right. Coming, hey, the beginning of sorrows, Jacob's trouble. All right. A time like never was since the beginning of the earth. All right. No, nor never ever shall be. So therefore, Yahweh Shai is giving us, whatever portion or brothers got, and we are blowing the trumpet and warning the people. All right, verse 4 says, then whosoever heareth the sound of trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. All right. So, hey, the blood's off our hands at the end of the day, because if it is meant for a member of the elect, if they are a member of the elect, then they gonna hear this word. All right, the destruction not gonna take place until the elect are sealed. All right, so if it's gonna be a member elect, the Yahweh Shai gonna lead them into this truth. All right, no matter how they look, what background they come from, or whatever. All right, as I say, the flesh profit nothing, is the spirit that quickeneth. All right, and only the elect of Israel is going to be able to receive this message. All right, this report. Say verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. All right, and verse 6 says, but if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, all right, which you got, and that's the thing, you got your so-called religious leaders of the people, whatever. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to have the testimony of Yahweh Shem Shai, have the truth, call themselves preachers and yada yada. And they err not knowing the scriptures, therefore, they're blind, let's say they're dumb dogs. All right. And whatever it may be at the end of the day, the Lord give them that spirit of slumber, whatever it is, if they truly don't see the sword, or they getting paid off, and who knows. But at the end of the day, they're not blowing the trumpet. All right, because the truth is out there. Starting with El Apostles on down, the truth, is going forth, through the earth. All right, and hey, the word has been going out. Hey, destruction's coming, famine's coming, the end is coming. All right, prepare to see how Shai crack them clouds. If we're able to endure until the end, in a chariot. All right, with the holy angels. Okay, prepare to see the elect be, beamed up by the chariots. All right, either Yahushua in the fathership, or Yahushua and all the angels. All right, in multiple chariots. Okay, that's going to happen. All right, but hey, the sword is coming. Esau, let's say Revelation 12 verse 12. Hey, these devils know his time is short, so he about to come with that great wrath. All right. And again, Esau, hey, is the sword, is the sword for the Most High at the end of the day. Though Esau is though Esau is looks unto the spiritual demon Satan, at the end of the day, the spiritual demon Satan, it works for the Most High. All right. It said, if people be not warned, as a sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will require the watchman's hand. That's why it's very important. If you in this work, proclaiming to know the gospel, proclaiming to be a preacher. Hey, you gotta have to do it all through the spirit, because if you ain't leading the sheep in the right way, you leading them straight to the slaughter. That blood gonna be required upon your hands, because you're supposed to be the watchman. All right, Second Ezra's, man, Second Ezra's is fire. All right, let me get this real quick. I'll start verse 13 and read on down. Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. All right, because hey, knowing the times we're in, knowing what is to come, an evil and only evil, bad times, peerless times, great destruction, tribulation. All right, it's why it's very important. Starting with yourself, all right, which is your house. All right. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. We're supposed to put off you know, our old worldly ways, our worldly thoughts, you know, and rehearse the right acts to the best of our ability. All right. And meditate. Let's say meditate, upon these scriptures, you know. Be occupied in prophecy, you know. I'm doing a lesson. Verse 14. So let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. All right, and again, this is a mental preparedness, for the times we are coming into. Because again, Yahweh Shah calls to the truth, and we have been forewarned of what is going to take place upon the earth. And at the end of the day, whoever gonna get it, you're gonna shut the door. Whoever gonna get it is gonna get it, and whoever ain't, well, it probably ain't meant for them. All right, and we just gonna have to, we're gonna have to, Salaki, just continue on. He doesn't do until the end. Same should be said. So Lord willing, Yahweh Shah give us a strength of spirit, and be Yahweh Shah, if it be Yahweh Shah will, that we are able to endure until the end. All right, and we don't know, exactly, how everything going, how the standard going to be lifted, how we're going to eat when they're famines, but we are totally trusting Yahweh Shah that He going to provide if we be part of the elect. All right, that's the faith we're going to have, and everybody going to be tested. The hour of temptation, hey, we're all about to be tried, we're going to be tried by that fire. All right. And, being in this world, in Esau's world, hey, everything is just, Esau basically made everybody, dependent on his system, his way of life, yada yada. All right. But, hey, through the spirit and power of Habashim Shah, hey, the elect gonna, gonna make it through, through the spirit and power of Habashim Shah. All right. And then if it be Yahweh Shah will. So again, St. Ezra's 14:14, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, and put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And you look around, just like I say, the world weaker through age, just the earth itself, everything. These devils have come into power and completely, just went on a, destruction mode. It's like Cat Williams say, everything. Hey, these devils fuck up everything. All right. That's what I say. Second Thessalonians, I think it's Second Thessalonians. Only he who now letteth to let until he be taken out of the way. Hey, that's what's going to take. All right, is these devils being taken out of the way. All right, it says, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So, hey, that's why it's very important to come out of that worldly mindset, being, what's say Romans 8:6, to be spiritually, to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. I all start with the mindset. All right. So we're to come remove our thoughts the best we can. All right. We gotta pray and stay in the word. All right. You know, verse 18. For the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come which thou hast seen. All right. Yahweh Shai, get Ezra these visions. Said, then answer I before thee and said, behold, Yahweh Shai, I will go as thou commanded me and reprove the people which are present, but they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. All right, and hey, this is Ezra's seeing, that world. As I say, the world covered in gross darkness, and the world in darkness, and the people in gross darkness. That's why Ezra's is like, hey, once I'm gone, who's gonna be there to warn them, to blow that trumpet. All right, which, hey, through the Spirit, we had to understand. We had to understand that, as I say, Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely, let me get it real quick. I don't want to butcher it. So the Most High do nothing except He reveal His secrets unto His servants, the prophets, and His spirits of the prophets subject to the prophets. All right, yeah, surely Yahweh power will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. All right. Let me get that other one real quick. Spirits of prophets. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So, hey, Ezra's having visions. As I say, Daniel chapter 12, I think it is. He's talking about, hey, Daniel, you're gonna be at rest, but at the end you're gonna return to your lot. All right. So the spirits of the prophets subject to the prophets. Therefore, the prophets of old are back in these times. All right. Just for edification purposes, let me get that Daniel chapter 12 real quick. Daniel chapter 12. Daniel chapter 12. Daniel chapter 12. I'll start at verse 9. And he said, go thy way. I'll start verse 8. And I heard, but understood not. Then said I, Oh my Lord, Yahweh Shai, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. All right, so even the vision, the angel talking to Daniel, he understood not. All right, and why is that? Because it say, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. All right, until the times we're in now, starting with the apostles on down. All right, that's when the seals were broke. Just like saying Second Ezra's, where it said the seals will be open before the firmament. It's like, I know I'm all over the place, but I can't spell that word sometimes. Let's see. Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 20 say, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be open before the firmament. And what do you have right now? YouTube live videos, uploads going all throughout the firmament. All right, by way of these satellites and this internet. All right, says they shall see all together, going into the elect. All right, are going to be able to be able to receive this. All right, Daniel chapter 12 verse 9. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. All right, they were closed up and sealed till the time of the end. All right, but as I say in 2 Ezra 6 verse 20, it says, the tokens that I'm gonna get it again. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then shall I show these tokens. So this world is finished. Esau's kingdom is done. All right. As I say, being consumed by the word. All right. All right. He's going to be destroyed by the coming of Yahushua. All right. I said the books shall be open before the firmament. And that is exactly what's going on. All right. That's how we know another clear indicator that we are in those end times. All right. Say, verse 9, and he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. And, white referring to, pure. All right. And tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So, at the end of the day, it's saying none of the wicked shall understand. All right. But the wise shall understand. And let's see. Going down to verse 13, it says, but go thou thy way till the end be. All right. Again, talking to Daniel, for thou shalt rest. That means he was going to pass. He's going to pass on, give up the spirit. All right. And stand in thy lot at the end of days. That means he's going to return. All right. His spirit is going to be put back on the earth, through reincarnation. All right. Yeah, and that's the one we already got. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 32. See there any more here. All right, let me get a couple more here. This is John. Let me see. Yeah, John chapter 3, verse 19, the words of Yahushua. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world. All right, in the times of Yahushua, light, Yahushua being that light, they're coming to the world. All right. And, through the spirit, starting with the elder apostles on down, like my brothers, hey, that light has returned back into the world by, through the spirit and power of Yahushua. All right, but what it say? And men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Okay. John chapter 8, verse 12. Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Okay, going back to, hey, if you ain't got this light, or if you come in and go back out, then what does it say? You in the congregation of the dead. And just like Revelation chapter 11, talking about how the dead bodies lying in the streets. That was those, that time period, that 350 years where the Lord had, pulled that spirit. All right, the dead bones, lacking that breath. All right. It's the same thing, as being in darkness. It says, but shall have the light of life. All right, that light of life. Okay. John chapter 12, verse 46. I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness. All right. But I think that's 444 too. Call Allah Yahweh Shemashah. Yeah, I'm gonna get this real quick. Get this second Ezra's 4 and 37. And that's the thing. Yahweh Shemashah. Hey, this is all according to his script. All right, and just like scripture say right here, by measure. Slack. All right. I think I'll start up one. Verse 36. Second Ezra 4:36. And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. Verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doeth not move nor stir them until said measure be fulfilled. All right. And then Habakkuk chapter 2. All right. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision. All right. Hey, we're reading the visions. All right. The visions of the prophets of old. All right. Saying make it plain upon tables. And that's what brothers try to do the best of their ability. You'll make it edifying. Try to put it in, where the hopeful elect can receive it, can understand, So make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right, hey. But what it say? But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So again, hey, we seen a lot of these end time prophecies come to pass, and very, very, we're getting down to very few left. All right, which we know, a couple like being the famine of the word. All right, the insurrection upon the men that fear the Lord. Was that Revelation chapter is that 2 verse 10, which had the hour of temptation. All right, Revelation chapter 13. The charagma. All right, and then what? Hey, that the least of the flock gonna draw them out. The land of Israel, Amalek. All right, they gonna kick off that World War III over in Jehoshaphat. Referring to Joel. Was that Joel chapter 3? Is it? If I'm not mistaken. All right, but hey, we seeing the signs, man. And so I say, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. Let's see what we got here. Shift 7. I'm gonna start doing that. Hey, how about Shema Shai Brakathon? To all the Akim, Akwathim, all right, all the believers and listeners, Let's see if brother got any precepts over here. Yeah, this is Shadow Thy Wings, 12 tribes, ate the water for precepts. All 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Hey, that's why brothers always start the lesson, end the lesson, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right, B'Shem Kwakadash, going into, these scriptures. All right, bringing it out. This is a beautiful thing. Why the people whom are in darkness, they sit there and diarrhea at the mouth, just about bullshit nonstop, man. These people, like a bunch of females, just yeah, and then there ain't nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. And same thing with these, so-called religious groups, churches, they on that congregation of dead. All right, and just like I say, unless if they don't talk about, if you ain't talking about this, it's because there's no light in you. Let me see if I can find that real quick. If they don't speak according to this, it's because there's no light in them. You know, roughly paraphrasing. I know I butchered it. According. Isaiah chapter 8 and 20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there was no light in them. All right, hey, that's hey, the way how much I shot, because that is perfect little endpoint there, you know. Hey, shalom to the brothers, you know, and y'all go ahead and wrap it up there. I don't get that again. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there's no light in them. All right. So at the end of the day, you know, hey, we're very, you know, grateful that Yahweh Shai has shown mercy and giving us, you know, the understanding the truth. All right. So with that, you know, say, you know, call halal the Hawa, Bashim Hawashai, Bashim Kwakadash. I brought that Hawa, brought that Hawashai, brought that Hawa, brought that Hawashai, brought that Hawa, brought that Hawashai, Bashim Kwakadash. You know, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yashai, Bashim Kwakadash, Kwam Yasha Allah. All right, a Bible ball. DTA soon. Shalom.